Hello everybody, this is Anna, also known as Anna Nita on Ravelry and Annalena Nita on Instagram. This is a knitting and crocheting podcast and I'm very happy and glad to have you here. If you are watching the first time, I hope you will enjoy the show. And just FYI, this is Benny, my dog, the West Highland White Terrier. And yeah, he decided to join us today. Please ignore his fur. He definitely needs a trim. For those of you who are tuning in for the second, third, 16th time, whatever, I am so grateful and it's lovely to chat with you today again. Okay, you will see today two finished objects, several works in progress, some incoming goodies. There's a little bit blathering at the end and knit along talk. Yeah, so let's start with the finished objects, shall we? Yeah, I think so. I have finished a pair of socks. For those who are following me on Instagram, do they smell good? For those who are following me on Instagram, I have already posted them and I am very good at finishing old whips lately. I did a vacation, I would call it. I decided, Anna, you deserve spare time and I feel very inspired to knit again. I think it has something to do with allowing me some free time. Normally I'm feeling guilty if I spend my time like I want to, because there are so many other things to do. And therefore I have finished these socks. Okay, the yarn. It is West Yorkshire Spinners signature. The colorway is called Mojito. I have cast on 64 stitches with 2mm needles. Normally I use 2.5mm, but this is very thin and you get holes in your sock if you knit West Yorkshire spinners with 2 loose gauge. Okay, I had to learn it the hard way, so I'm telling you. I know many podcasters don't say their needle sizes anymore because it's so individual and you have to swatch and so on, but honestly I never swatched for a sock. So I think it's interesting to know that you have this yarn, to knit on a very tight gauge. Okay. Benny's hearing something. I don't know what. I have to say, I really like West Yorkshire Spinners because of their colorways, but they take me so long. They are so thin and I have to knit them on so tiny needles, small needles. Yeah, that's how he rolls. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with him today. I'm so sorry. Okay, now he's on my lap. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But they are very warm. They are very pretty. I really like the striping is so... You see, okay, here it's ending, but it's a very clean striping. Not with many interruptions or crazy gaps or something. So they are very pretty. Mojito. These were my March socks. I thought, okay, March, spring, the green is coming out and St. Paddy's Day and so on. Well, I finished them in July. Yeah. It was a crazy long knitting gap I had. The last one. Okay. That is that. Another finished object is my standing rock hat. And now, I told you, this I have started in March. And the finished object I'm showing you today was my Christmas Eve cast on. Yeah, it was because of the tools. When I started to use the right needles for Magic Loop, it was fun again. Okay, the standing rock hat doesn't look so good holding on camera because it's basically a ripped tube. Okay, it's 2x2 ribbing. On the last 8 rows, I think, you do the decreases. I have knit this as long as I could. I think I had 6 grams left or so. Because I wanted to be able to wear it with a folded brim. And ultra slouchy. So I can wear this hat no matter how I have my hair that day. You know, when you put the hair up, you need more space in your head and so on. I can try to wear it. Oh yes, head hair. Okay. I have knit this with slouch so that even if I fold it, I will have slouch. Here is enough room for hair and styling. But to have the ultra amount of slouch, I will mostly wear my hats like this. Okay, I'm still waiting for the faux fur pom-pom to arrive because I think a pom-pom gives a hat a finished look. Yeah, but I didn't want to waste the yarn for the pom-pom because I wanted to knit it as long as I could. I really like the standing rock hat. For me, it's the substitution, if you want to say it that way, for the sock hat. Because I don't really like the fit of the socket head. Yeah, I had a bad ear infection when I was 13 or 14, and since then I really have to keep my ears warm. And this hat has in the back much slouch for all that. But next to my ears it's very fitting because of the ribbing. Whoa, that sounds nice. It's fitting because of the ribbing. Yeah. The yarn is Gnome Acres Sparkle Gnome. Let me check if you can see the sparkle. Yeah, there you can see. It's Sparkle Gnome and the colorway is called Hermione. And I guess they mean they relate to Hermione from Harry Potter. And when I saw this colorway and the colorway name, I thought of The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I will show you a picture here, and I think that is the inspiration for this colorway because it's her hair and her hoodie or cardigan she's wearing. In my opinion, that's what I see. Hermione, my favorite character from the Harry Potter series. Well, student-wise. Teacher-wise, there's another one I like more. These were my finished objects. Now we come to works in progress. Kathleen. Yeah, Kathleen. If you are watching, I will show off your socks now. And if you want to be surprised, because you said you like to be surprised, you have to look away and I tell you when you can watch again, okay? So I give you the possibility to look away now. We all wait. Everything ready? Okay. Because I am knitting for someone else these socks. I will put them on sock blockers. Wait. Here we go. This is the finished sock. It is DK weight yarn. The yarn is Republic of Wool, but I have forgotten the colorway name. I have received this colorway as a gift and Swiss Miss. I can only remember Swiss Miss. Maybe someone is recognizing this colorway. It is so pretty. I have 2 skeins of this and I never knew what I should do with this because it's not something I would wear as a hat or so because it's not fitting my wardrobe. But I love these colors so much. And back then I wasn't very self-confident to say, oh well, I will make socks out of that, because I didn't know how to knit socks with DK weight yarn, but I did my research and found a chart for that, or a table. You can also say table, I guess. And for those of you who are interested in knitting socks in different yarn weights and how many stitches you need and how many centimeters you need and when you have to start the toe and so on, I will link it in the description field below this video. By the way, you should subscribe and like if you like it, if you're down there already. I have made a project page for socks, and I have added the 3 photos, so 3 charts for knitting socks with 4-ply, 6-ply and 8-ply yarn. So that means fingering weight, then something in between is this sport weight, I think, and DK weight. I am always confused with the yarn weights, I'm sorry. Okay, this is the finished sock. I have cast on for the size US 7, 44 stitches. And here is the other sock, and I can definitely finish this today because it's DK weight yarn and it is so soft. I love this yarn. I definitely want to make a sweater or something out of Republic of Wool. I'm knitting this on Knit Pro Symphonies 4mm needles. I have a project page for everything, you can look it up. I'm a DPN girl, as you know. So Kathleen, you can watch again. It's allowed again if you wanted to be surprised. My next work in progress is a new cast on, or did I show you last time? I'm not sure. Oh god, my hair. Head hair. It's the Hume, I don't know how to pronounce it, by Isabel Kramer, I don't know, is she German? I'm having this in this basket now. I have done so much on this. That was for, I think, 5 days, my only project I was working on. And I said I did make Cajun. I didn't do much or anything else. Okay, wait. I have already separated for the sleeves, and I have the sleeves on extra cords, and I haven't knit so many centimeters. I think I knit 1 inch after separating for the sleeves. That means it's not so easy to show you everything. And I'm using needle stoppers to prevent falling stitches. Okay, everything is tangling here. When I last showed you, I tried to hide all the ends. When I last showed you, that is the back side, I was here. Okay. I think I have received this from Lacey. This pretty progress keeper. It's my favorite. With little stars. Okay, and I did all that. It's totally scrunched up on the needles, but I think you can tell it's a lot. That is the back side. You are doing short rows to have the front a little bit lower, so like this. Yeah. I did the lace, and from now on it's only plain stockinette. Besides the ribbing of the cuff and the hem. Yeah. I will show you closely how pretty the yarn is. And do you see that? I think you call it halo. This is the mohair. I think because of this nice feel of the yarn, I didn't want to put it away. It is so much fun to work with this. That wasn't my last project with Sandnesgarn. I'm using Sandnesgarn Tynn Linne, so that means thin linen, and thin silk mohair. Thin silk mohair. I'm holding it together, and that is no problem at all. It doesn't disturb me at all. This I leave in this shape, but these I cake up, because if you don't do it, it gets very tangly. The first ball of yarn, or is it called ball? It's not a hank, it's not a skein, it's not a cake, I don't know. The first ball I caked up, when I was too lazy to do this with the second ball of yarn, I took the yarn from the inside here, and normally it's no problem, but with such a thin yarn, it can be a disaster, because it was tangling the inside yarn with the outside yarn, and they were, yeah, and then I had knots, and I had to, it was horrible. So cake your yarn, it's so much easier. Yeah, it's so pretty. I don't know why, but I have more stitches on the body than I should have, but it's okay because my garments tend to be a little bit too fitted, so it is an oversized cardigan, pullover it should be, and so more stitches is not a problem. I was in fear that my sleeves will be too tight, but I think I will. I don't know if it is something that you shouldn't do, but at the moment I don't see why it should be a problem. Maybe I'm asking for trouble. Please, if you know better, tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. But I have my required stitches, and these are too snug. I already know that. I don't know why, because it's the right size. I have chosen the right size, but because of how it is with sleeves, you normally have to cast on new stitches. But how can I say that? Yeah, okay, I will show you what I mean. I can't describe it. Here you have the stitches you have separated. These are your sleeve stitches. And now you have this gap. Wait. Here is this gap. These are no live stitches. And I'm planning to pick up the stitches from here. And so I have more sleeve stitches. Because normally, oh, that was my needle stopper. Oops. Because normally you would close the gap. Benny aus. Nein. No. Sorry. Normally you would close the gap, then you have this hole, and you would stitch it together. It's so difficult to show you. Yeah, maybe I can film it with my phone and you see it better, in a better way. I'm leaning towards the idea to pick up and knit, so I get slouchier sleeves. Sorry. Okay, all in all, it is a very easy knit. I don't know why I messed up with the body stitches, but it's no problem. It's a happy accident. The lace was very easy. The instructions are awesome, especially for a noob as I am. Yeah, I need detailed instructions. That's the reason why I don't knit from or with German patterns. I hate classical German patterns in German magazines. It's like so much text. I mean, seriously. And they say things like, knit the left front like this, and then you have 5 sentences or so, and then do the left front the same way but the other way around. And I'm sitting there like, what? But I don't know, you know. You have different decreases or increases because right leaning, left leaning, but they say do it the same but the other way around. Or repeat decreases smoothly over 20 rows 13 times. That's how you that's all the instruction you get. And I'm always confused with German patterns. So yeah, but I think this is a German lady. And I think, yeah, this pattern is also available in German, but I'm using the English one because English is so much more easy to understand when it comes to patterns, instructions, techniques than German. I looked through the German pattern, but I thought, no, I will use the English one. It's so much easier. Yeah. Okay, that is my Hume, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, it's not much what I have done on my next work in progress, but I have done something. I picked up my... Wait. Washed out again. I have my whip basket here. That's what I'm grabbing for. Sorry, Benny. Sleep on. I have, I think, only knit like 5 rows or so, but I wanted to show you because I was in such a finishing mood. After finishing the head, I immediately grabbed the washed out because I thought, Anna, you have to get this done now. Okay, that's just a quick showing because I only did this, you know, this. Not more, but just to tell you, I'm about to finish all my whips. The Washed Out by Joji Locatelli. Yarns, etc. I told about last episode and I won't do it now because I only knit 4 or 5 rows. Okay, now is confessing time, I guess. I have the temperature blanket on my hook. I haven't touched it because it's too hot. I have my cotton blanket on my hook. I haven't touched it. Well, no, that's not right. I touched it and I think I stitched like 20 or 30 stitches. But yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Yeah. I was doing a Cozy Memories blanket back then. I started it 2016. But I'm doing it like the Stitch in Time blanket by Kay Jones, I think she's called, from the Bakery Bears. I didn't use her pattern. I just saw a random photo somewhere on Instagram and I thought, oh, that's looking nice. I will do the same because you don't really need a pattern for that. After that, weeks after that, I found out that there does exist a pattern. I did some squares. I will show you in just a second. So squares, blocks, made from little squares like Cozy Memories blanket. And at some point I was feeling like I don't like the process anymore. It is so slow, and I was struggling with not picking up stitches, but casting on stitches while you have already stitches on your needle. I think in my pattern it was the Memories blanket pattern by I don't know who. You will read it on the screen. There are so many patterns for that out there. I think she was suggesting the knitted cast on. I think so. And I really didn't enjoy this. Not at all. So I learned a new technique now. I think I needed it in the Hume and I have used it in another pattern before. It is the backwards loop method, I think it's called. You put the yarn around your thumb and then slip it onto the needle, and that's already a cast on of 1 stitch. I will try this at the moment. Okay, well, wait. Then I watched the Nordic Stitches podcast. Well, in her vlogs, she did like Christmas in July. She did a vlog of every day of July, for every day of July, and I saw her knitting on her Cozy Memories blanket several times, and I really like the look of a knitted blanket. And she is using so pretty colors. Yeah, many Cozy Memories blankets I don't like because the colors are too crazy or too dark, but her colors in her blanket are so stunning. And yeah, I really like the look. So I thought, you have still your hooks, not hooks. You have still your hibernating or frogged in mind blocks. Well, you can see, maybe you have put them out, Anna, put them out. And I did. I will show you the blocks I have knitted before, because I went on. I am going on with this project, although I told you many times I won't ever knit a blanket again, not an adult size blanket, and I didn't enjoy the process. Well, you develop yourself, you grow, you raise your skills, and you gain knitting power, I guess, with time. And so I did, and I added 2 squares and I really enjoyed it. Now I need more minis. I got a minis problem. Okay, this is 1 square, so 1 block. You will in just a second understand why this border is thinner than this border, okay? Because this was meant to be January. I wanted to do 12 blocks. Now I have decided I will do it another way, but I will do color blocks. So this is the blue block. This is the like Valentine's Day rosy purple block. And this is my first block I have done, and it's crazy. And that is how I don't like Cozy Memories blankets. I think I started this, realized I don't like the look, it's going crazy, you know, the ridges are going crazy, the colors are going crazy, and then I decided, oh, yeah, Anna, you will frame it, and it will get a much tidier look if you use color blocks. Okay, because these blocks are meant to be seamed together, so... You know what? I will insert a video here. I will spread it out on the floor and I will lay them next together. And now you can see how they will be seamed. And so the 2 thin borders will create 1 big border, and so they are all the same. So you have to decide before you knit the border where you want to have the certain block. I show you now the current whip, so to say, of this blanket, the current block I'm working on. It is the green block. And I have put, 2 clippy markers. These are the squares I have done yesterday and today. This is, wait, you will recognize it. This is this. So Mojito. And this is Madeleine Tosh Chicory. The colorway is discontinued, and I have knit my father a pair of socks with this. So in this blanket, it will be a blanket and it will be for myself. This is truly a memories blanket. When I was doing it, I thought, no, that's not really a memory blanket because it's full of swapped minis or minis I have received as a gift from lovely viewers. And yeah, but when I'm looking at this now, especially when I see this block, I'm getting very emotional. Because when I was knitting this block, this part of the blanket, I was sitting in my new flat. It was pretty empty. I had a sofa, a cupboard, a bed and a desk. That was everything I had. And all my stuff like garments in a suitcase. Because I was leaving and I was starting a new chapter in my life, and it wasn't easy at all. And yeah, it were the summer holidays, right? I finished work, I think. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was April. It was April, genau. April, indeed. And after the work day, I sat down on the couch and watched a German thriller series. It's called, in English it would be A Case for Two, Ein Fall für Zwei. It takes place in Frankfurt. So Frankfurt, I think some of you will know this. You know, the city with a big airport. And that was a series I have watched with my parents when I was a child, and yeah. And there is this, no, it's not really a detective. Is it called detective? I will insert the right word here. And he is like a superhero, you know? He has his Alfa Romeo, a car I always wanted to have. And he's doing everything to solve the cases he gets. And he is so funny and nice, and yeah. And I was watching it, I was feeling very, very... It was a hard time I went through that time. It was a very hard time. And during that time, I totally can see me on my couch knitting these squares during watching this series and rethinking and overthinking my life and what my next steps will be. And I didn't know if I will get the studentship for my thesis, and I didn't know if I get a job in September again. And yeah, it was a very, very exciting, frightening and releasing time all at the same time. But considering where I am now, it was the best decision in my life. It was, yeah. Okay, I will go on with this, but now, as I said, I have a problem. I need more minis. Here, look this. This square is from yarn I have knit my first pair of socks with. My very first pair of socks. It was made with Wolle for yarn. Now I'm talking German to you. Yarn from Aldi, Hofer. This is, I think, Peyton's Croy. I received this in a swap. This was an Opal Mini, my favorite Opal Mini I have ever had in my advent calendar. There are so many pretty colors. So pretty colors. I've made a sock out of this too. It's also Hofer. Yeah, so I have to do this. And I won't do the month. So, because when I started this project, I thought, oh yeah, a color which represents every month of the year. January, February, March, October and December are very easy. But with which colors should I come up with, let's say, to represent April? I don't know. Or like September. I don't know. So I will just do color palettes. Green, purple, rose, red, and if the color palettes repeat themselves, I have no problems. But so all the colors are in one spot, and so that will give you a tidier look. Yeah. That is that. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I have already picked the last green yarn minis, and I will go on with this like today, immediately after editing this podcast. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's like I'm reminiscing. Is that the word? Reminiscing? You know, when you look into the past and you think, oh, it was such a great time. It wasn't at all. It wasn't a great time at all when I look back. But it was, now I see, now I'm harvesting the fruits of that time. So I would say it that way, because my life now is awesome. I have a very great life. I have an awesome boyfriend. I live in an awesome flat, in an awesome city. I have an awesome job. You can say I'm living my dream. I do. I can say that because I love I'm doing what I love. Who can say that? Who can say that they get up to work every day for the job they love? I'm feeling very blessed. Okay. Oh, and will I say this? No, I will show you now. I told you that I'm going to start a new minis project. Now I will have 2 minis projects, but I don't care, it's fun. The Battenberg blanket by Sandra from the Cherry Hearts podcast. And I have arranged everything for this already. I went through all of my minis during preparing an advent calendar made in a yarn minis advent calendar. I want to swap this year again, and I have asked Lily from the Nordic Stitches podcast, and we will swap advent calendars. That is so awesome. And I have wound everything for her already. And during that I was sorting, I think, all my minis and weighing them and look which colors go well together, because this Battenberg blanket I want to do it mostly in like pastel, subtle, light colors, no dark colors here. Okay, and this is what I have so far. This is the yarn Drops. Is it Drops? You will read it on the screen. Drops Merino, I think. Yeah, that's what the pattern suggested, and it's affordable, and I think they will never discontinue it. I hope so. Okay, isn't that a nice view? I have so many untouched minis, and these minis you can see here. It's all a homespun house. It's the Elves collection. I have received from Kathleen. Mwah, thank you so much. She is so awesome. I think we already became like friends. I don't know since when someone can say we are friends, but we are writing and so texting a lot, and yeah, and she's so generous. And for her other socks, and I have decided to knit her a pair of Christmas socks. Yeah. Okay, a homespun house minis, and I have received from her Maker's Haven. I have never used Maker's Haven. The day I turned 32. I don't know what this relates to, but this is the minis bundle. Yeah. And I'm not quite sure what this set is for, because it has 70 grams. Is it for socks? It's weird. 323 yards, but very pretty colors. Yeah. So, and here is my first attempt, just to check it out and to weigh and so on and experiment. And here are the other minis. Oh no, this is the Elves collection. Huh. Then this wasn't a certain collection. I showed you this already. And then you have all the other minis I have received in advent calendars. The most exciting one I have received from Karina, I haven't touched it yet because I wanted to save it for this blanket. It's the Elder Wand. I'm such a Potterhead. I have watched the first 2.5 because I stopped because of loud neighbors. 2.5 movies lately, so on the weekend. Yeah, so these are my minis for the Battenberg blanket, I think. But now I also want to do my cozy memories. I get in trouble, really. I need more minis. But they are so expensive. And I don't need new minis. It would be enough to have leftovers, you know. I have forgotten to tell you how I knit my Cozy Memories blanket. I'm using 2.5mm needles. I use a long DPN pair, not 10 but I think 15 centimeters. think so. And 40 stitches. Yeah. And for the ridge, I am doing first knit two together, slip marker, and then slip slip knit. So I think that's all you need to know. Now I want to talk about knit alongs or make alongs. I have drawn the winner for the sweater knit along. I was meant to do this already in February and I have totally forgotten. I will close the thread today, I think. Or maybe I leave it open if you want to insert your sweaters, but I won't draw any winners from that anymore. I have linked the winner. It was Tea Bea, I think. You will read her name on the screen. And yeah, I have ear burned. That's the right way to say that. I have ear burned her, and yeah, I'm waiting for her to contact me so that I can send her the pattern she has chosen. We still have our Socks of Stash along. Knit along or crochet along. Make along, because you can also crochet socks. There are so many entries and it is very exciting. In the beginning, when I started this knit along, I thought, okay, let's set an individual goal. Like, for example, I want to knit 12 pairs this year, or I want to knit at least 6 pairs as a gift knit or something. And at the end of the year, we could check if we reached our goal. But you know what? I don't think that it is possible at the end. I won't be able to reach every participant of this call, so I think we will stay with this, how we do now. What do you think? Yeah. Because now we have cheddar in there and I like that. And finished objects and some whips and so on, and I will stay with this and I will draw winner at the end of the year. I think that is easier and more comfortable for all, and you can chat and post and everything there. Yeah, I think how it is now is awesome. Let me check my notes. Oh yes, now we come to blathering, but not too much, because I said everything, the most important things already. I have discovered a podcast and I'm totally late to the party, I know, but I really enjoy her. It's the Crazy Sock Lady. I started with very early episodes and she did Vlogmas. I haven't touched them yet. I think I want to do this in October or November when I'm really starving for Christmas mood, or for Christmas in general. I'm feeling Christmas already now in July, like every year, but I know that when autumn comes around, I need to have some Christmas vibes here. And she has she has released a pattern lately, and the pattern is called Guiding Light. So I think I have to knit this. The problem is I have to, because of the name of the pattern. You designers are so mean. You take names for your patterns that forces us to knit it. Like with the Indie Dyed Yarns, when they have a Harry Potter colorway name. I have to have this. Yeah, because Guiding Light is the last single from Mumford & Sons, and Mumford & Sons is my most favorite band, and they make the best music ever. Music and text, and these guys are so authentic, so real. They are real. These guys are so real and so nice. And I was at their concert in Vienna. I saw them live. You know, I know every single song from every single LP by heart. I sing them in the car every single day. I'm listening to Mumford & Sons every single day. There is not a day I'm not listening to them. I love them, and the music means so much to me. And I started listening to or discovering Mumford & Sons because of my best friend, and it was during a time I had to struggle so much. It was during the time I started the Cozy Memories blanket, what I talked about, and they helped me getting through this time. and I love them so much. And the crazy sock lady, Kay, her name is Kay, she was in not the last but the one before last episode, she was wearing a Mumford and Sons sweatshirt. I want also a sweatshirt from Mumford and Sons. I also want that. And she was presenting her design, and she said she doesn't explain why she's calling it Guiding Light, but wearing a Mumford and Sons sweatshirt and saying that this pattern is called Guiding Light, it has to be because of them. And this song is wonderful. Wonderful. I love Mumford and Sons. Yeah, okay. Then I was binge watching Lily from the Nordic Stitches, her vlogs. I talked about her in the beginning. She did participate in Tour de Vlies, and I heard of Tour de Vlies many times before, but I never really knew what it was about. And she inspired me to make an order at Spin City UK. I ordered a drop spindle. I have a spindle, but it's not a drop spindle. It's like crazy. I couldn't follow any tutorial because my spindle is different, and it has a raven claw plate. I call it plate. I don't know how it's called really. I will show you as soon as it arrives. And a very fun fiber, and I want to try spinning again. I tried it with my spindle and with undyed fiber, and I think I wasn't bad at it, but I didn't know how I would go on after spinning the fiber, so like plying and all that stuff. So that's the thing I want to start in autumn, I think, when I have brain power for it. Because now all my brain power is going into my master's thesis. It's difficult to pronounce it. Master's thesis. S and TH next to each other. It's so difficult for a German. And yeah, if you're following me on Instagram, you saw a picture of me and my boyfriend. We attended a soccer match. It was SK Rapid, which is one of the two Viennese soccer clubs, against Salzburg. I don't know what Salzburg is in English, sorry. Red Bull Salzburg. I think you have also a Red Bull team in the USA. There is some, but I don't know if it's football or soccer. I don't know now, sorry. Yeah, it was so exciting. It was my first time in a very crowded stadium. Because the other matches I have watched were fun, but there were like, I don't know, 8,000 people or so, and that is not so much. But when we were there, 24,000 people were there, and it was a big game. A really bad game, but a big game. It was not good in quality, but it was fun to be there and to support a team. And it is so, you feel community in a stadium. You feel that more than in a church, more than on a pilgrimage, more than with friends. If you want to experience community and standing together with totally foreign people, you have to visit a stadium. It was amazing. It was so amazing. I think, is thrilled the right word? Yeah, it was so much fun, and the beer was delicious, and the sausage you get there, it's my favorite sausage, and it's a Viennese sausage. It's called Käsekreiner. It's a sausage filled with cheese. I mean, it couldn't get better. So yeah, that was fun. And after that we went to the pub, an Irish pub. It's my favorite place to be. If you go out with friends for a drink, I love to visit a pub, an Irish pub. Because my most favorite beer is Guinness. I love cheddar. I love Irish folk music, so I'm kind of an Irish girl. I don't know, are there Irish people out there? I love you. So that was very much fun. And yesterday our order from IKEA arrived, and I really only ordered one bookshelf. For my room, I only ordered one bookshelf. And I had to rearrange my whole room. everything what I possess was laying on the floor and the sofa and the desk, and I had to move around all my shelves because the room isn't so big, but big enough. And I think now I found the furniture is on the best place now. I still need doors for one shelf because it should be dedicated only for work. It's full of folders and books for school and so on. So, and I don't want to see this. It's driving me crazy. It's when there is a shelf full of not similar items. I don't want to say that I have OCD because it's a real disorder, and I don't want to like make fun of people who have this, really have this, yeah? Because we say, oh, that's my OCD, and we find it funny, but there are people out there who are struggling with OCD, and it's a drag for them, so it's not something I want to make fun of. But in German we say it's perfectionism. I don't know if it is the same as OCD. No, it's not really the same, I guess. But when you are forced to do things because something is disturbing you, yeah, it's kind of OCD. And that is a thing that is driving me crazy. If there is an open bookshelf without doors, and I would take a photo, okay? I would take a photo and insert it here. You have so many different colors, different shapes. It's not looking clean, and that is driving me nuts. So that is the reason why I will order doors for that. That is just the thing I don't like. I really like shelves filled with different books. That is a cozy thing to watch or to look on or to see. I will insert a video of my bookshelf here. I have really reduced my book stash. All my theologian books are in our library in my boyfriend's room because we we are nerds, yeah. We like to read books and to collect books, and we have many theologian literature, and we decided to put them together. It was a big step for me. That was like a marriage for me, because to give him my books, it was like but I have written a little A with a pencil on the front page, so that I know I don't want to break up, but in case that I know that is my book and it will come with me again. It was like a bigger step than moving together. So moving in this flat here. And I have reduced my normal books a lot when I moved the last time, because moving with many books is not fun at all. And I had to move myself. I haven't had a company. I had to carry every single box, and books are heavy. Yeah, but yeah, some of the books I still have, or I bought new ones because I love books. So that was my day yesterday, and there is still something to do here in my room, but it's getting better every day. Okay, that was everything I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope it wasn't too rambly, and I hope that was interesting for you, what you saw. I'm looking forward to all your comments, and hop over to our Ravelry group and another podcast on Ravelry. Please join us, because I'm doing the podcast to get in touch with you. That is the reason why I'm doing that. And subscribe if you liked it, and click the bell icon so you get notified when I upload my next videos. Yeah, thank you for listening and being here with me. I'm looking forward to, I guess, next week, if it goes on with my mojo. And bye bye.